There will be labor peace through the rest of the decade in the National Basketball Association, according to ESPN. Early on Saturday morning, the NBA and the National Basketball Players Association reached an agreement on a new 7-year collective bargaining deal. Let's discuss this new deal with True Hoop NBA writer and co-host of the 7 Footers podcast, the one and only Gerard Hector. Gerard, how's it going, man?
I'm doing well, Dex. How are you?
I am doing good. You know, usually we talk about a lot of other stuff with basketball, but we're going to talk some labor issues, CBA. Things are supposed to be good until they're not. But we'll see how that always goes. So, Gerard, I wanted to discuss with you some of the highlights of the new deal that starts with the 2023-2024 season. Now, first up, there's been a lot of talk, as you know, around the association about load management. So now with this new deal, players must play at least 65 games to be eligible for major individual league awards such as MVP. Is a games minimum a good thing when it comes to determining individual awards?
I mean, it's not a bad thing, right? There has to be some sort of like floor or criteria because someone could be having an excellent season, but and each MVP voter or all NBA voter does this anyway, even though the league hasn't already explicitly laid this out. If a player plays under a certain amount of games, they won't consider him because, voters feel like they want this person to play enough games. So you have Steph Curry here. Curry will not be in many of the MVP conversations, et cetera, because he hasn't played enough games. And also the Warriors aren't that good. But look, Dexter, with this whole deal, on the one hand, I'm happy that we have peace for 7 years. There's no threat of a lockout. But there's so much going on with this deal that I'm like, have we really done anything better or well? I doubt that this curbs the idea of load management. Because look, Drew Holiday did it the other day. You got to hit that $225,000 bonus. I put on my uniform, show up, commit a quick foul, I'm out. I hit the games played. So I don't know if this is going to solve anything.
Might not change much here, and that's what's interesting about this whole deal. Speaking of load management, it's going to be more games. The NBA in-season tournament is coming next season, and prize money for the championship team of that tournament will be $500,000. So, Gerard, is adding more games to the NBA season beneficial to both the players and the league?
No. It is beneficial to the league for more money, but not for the players. And I guess sort of ancillary, if it's more BRI revenue, sure, the players get it. But if you want the players to be at their best at the time of the season that is the most important, which is the playoffs, the idea was to go backwards, less games, not more. Now you have it set up where a team that wins the in-season tournament, the mid-season tournament, and wins the NBA championship is probably going to play more than 82 games in the regular season. They'll play 83, right? So we're doing this stuff backwards. Look, I'm all for the in-season tournament, as you know, and you are as well. We are fans of association football. I love Champions League, and I'm fine with the NBA having an in-season tournament. What I would like is to cut the regular season number down and then add that tournament. That would increase the quality of play that we see on the floor.
I feel like that would have made too much sense in terms of wanting to increase the quality of play. We talk about load management, injuries, and all that stuff, but they are adding more games. Lastly, the new CBA will also add a second tax apron. That, when reached, will eliminate a team's taxpayer mid-level exception and give teams a third two-way contract via cap exception. So, do these new salary cap changes benefit the players or the teams?
I mean, in theory, they're to help the teams out, right? So that your big tax spenders like the Clippers and the Warriors can't get that extra player with the taxpayer mid-level. But here's what I want to see, Dexter. In the NBA, we want players to develop and get better and be good about their craft. I want organizations to be the same. Okay, stop putting in these clauses that help them get better. Be better at your job. Okay, if you want to be a franchise that wins consistently, hire the best talent and empower them to do just that. Be better at player development. Be better at drafting. Be better at all the things that actually matter. Instead of these little ancillary things we put in there, oh, this will stop us because we're a poor small market. Woe is us. Again, all these owners and governors who own these teams are uber capitalists, right? They are apex predator capitalists and make their billions in other industries. They do it by, in theory, being the best of the best. Do it here in your sports team. Be better.
Yeah, it seems like with these salary cap changes, the enticement there is to try to curtail spending in a way with those ownership groups for these teams, and not necessarily sure how that works out. But there's a lot of new things to dissect with this new CBA for the NBA and the NBPA. We will see how that all plays out, but there should be at least peace for the next decade. There is an opt-out for both sides after 6 years. That is Gerard Hector, NBA writer for True Hoop, co-host of the 7 Footers podcast. Gerard, great insight as always. We will talk soon.
Good talking to you, man.